Hello BookTube, my name is Elizabeth and welcome back to the Owlry. So this is my very first time recording a video since the Young Adult BookTube Awards started. So I just want to mention that really quick. I am just so excited about all of you guys being excited about the awards. I've been planning the awards for 6 months now, and just everyone voting and subscribing to me and just everybody being so supportive. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to all of my brand new subscribers. Welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm glad you're here. And yeah, as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of this video, I have a gigantic October book haul to share with you guys. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the first book I have to show you is Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. I have been really excited about this book for a while, but only because of the cover. I read the synopsis, but it's a little confusing, so I'm not really sure what it's about. But this cover is just amazing, and I cannot wait to see the final product. But I'll read you the little short snippet on the back so that you kind of get an idea of what it's about, but I don't really know how to explain it. So basically it says, nothing can prepare you for your nemesis. A diabolic is ruthless. A diabolic is powerful. A diabolic has a single task: kill in order to protect the person you've been created for. So, kill in order to protect. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. It sounds like a dystopian, maybe science fiction, because I can see that this butterfly on the front has, like a metal wing. Like, it's really cool. So, I'm really interested, very intrigued, and I'm excited to go into this and find out more of what it's about. I also picked up Roseblood, which is by A.G. Howard, who happens to be the author of the Splintered series. So I was a huge fan of the Splintered series when those books were coming out, and so when I saw Roseblood on Netgalley, I just had to request it, and thankfully I was approved to read it as an e-copy. This comes out January 10th, so put it on your TBR for next year. Definitely one to look forward to, because this is a retelling of Phantom of the Opera, and I just am so excited. I have not read a Phantom of the Opera retelling, so I can't wait for this. I got several library books this month. 2 of them were Lumberjanes Volume 2 and 4. I'm actually still waiting on number 3 to come in. So I liked the first one in this series, but not as much as I like other graphic novel series, but it's a very highly rated series among my peers, so I decided to give it a try. I really hope that I enjoy it more than the first issue, but I just really kind of want to catch up on the series. Also, I need something to pad my Goodreads reading goal, because I am failing at life on that, and I really want to hit my goal by the end of the year. If you're not familiar, Lumberjanes is kind of like the Girl Scouts. Like, if you're a Lumberjane, it's like similar to what a Girl Scout is, but they fight like, I believe there's like monsters and stuff like that from what I'm expecting, and the girls kind of just get into all this trouble, and it's adorable, and I enjoyed it. I liked the art and I liked the characters. It's just the plot line was really what kept me from loving this series, but I'm hoping that the next issues get better. Another 2017 release that I was very thankful to get on Netgalley is A Bear in the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I think that's the title. And basically this is a fantasy that takes place in Russia. I believe it's not in present day, but it doesn't really specify what year this takes place in. But basically a girl has to protect her village by using a necklace that was given to her father by a stranger when she was a little girl. And that's really all I know about it, but the cover was just so beautiful, and fantasies set in Russia I seem to really enjoy lately, so I'm really hoping that I like this. A Shadow Bright and Burning by Jessica Cluess. This is about a girl sorcerer, and apparently she is the last sorcerer in many years in her country. And what I thought was really unique about this is that it's set in Victorian London, kind of like an alternate history with magic. And my friend Lisa over at City of YA Books thought that I would really enjoy this, and I'm going to have to agree, and I cannot wait to dive into this one. You Know Me Well by David Levithan and Nita LaCour is an LGBTQ young adult contemporary, and I guess it's about 2 people who go to the same high school, but they don't really talk, and then they kind of run into each other one night on during the first week or the first day of Pride. I believe that's what it's about, and because it's this LGBTQ novel, I really am trying to read books that have LGBTQ characters in there and get more of that diversity, and I'm really enjoying books that have LGBTQ characters, so I'm really hoping that I can do this quickly. As Old as Time is the third book in the Twisted Tales series by Liz Braswell. I read the first and the second books in this series and highly enjoyed them. What I really love about this is that these books are published by Disney Press, and so they go very much along the lines of the Disney movie fairy tale version of the story, and I really enjoy that. But there's one big difference of these retellings is that they just changed like one thing. So the first book in the series was about Aladdin, and basically the twist was that Jafar got to the lamp before Aladdin did and how that affected the story. This twist, it says on the back, what if Belle's mother cursed the beast? Dun 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 dun. So it's just a really cool little interesting way to change the story but still kind of give me that nostalgia from the Disney movies that I love. I also picked up Starflight by Melissa Landers, and this is a science fiction young adult novel about a girl who gets kind of caught up in something with this guy from high school who kind of like tormented her, and she gets conned into being his servant when he is charged with a crime that he did not commit. And it doesn't sound like something that I would necessarily pick up, but this has been highly regarded among my peers and those of you who watch my videos. So I'm really interested to see if I enjoy it as much as everyone else does, because the description doesn't really sell me all that much, but I'm going to give it a try. Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I probably butchered her name just now, but I didn't even know that this book existed until a couple of weeks ago, but I'm really excited that I found out about it. It's set in Victorian England, and it's about a girl who becomes an apprentice for somebody who's working in like forensics, and she gets caught up in the Jack the Ripper case, and it's all about that, and so I'm just so excited for this book. It sounds amazing, and I cannot wait to read it. The Call by Peter O'Gulian. I butchered his name as well, sorry. This is a young adult mystery thriller novel, and I'm not exactly sure what it's about, but on the inside it says, Nessa will be called soon. No one thinks she has any chance of surviving, but she is determined to prove them wrong. Could you survive the call? And then on the back it says, a horn sounds, the call has begun. So honestly, it sounds something like the Hunger Games, like you've been called to do this and now you must do it, and if you don't you're gonna die, or something to that effect. But the synopsis is so vague that you really have to go in knowing practically nothing except for our main character's name and that she's been called to something. So I'm intrigued, mainly because the synopsis is so vague, and I really hope that I enjoy this and it's good and it's not exactly like the Hunger Games, because that would be disappointing. This month I went to Indie Book Fest with Chloe from the Brunette Bibliophile, and all of the authors there were just so nice, and I received a bunch of books for review from all of those authors. So I'm really excited to show you some of them now. The first one is Diary of a Single Wedding Planner by Violet Howe. Now, I met Violet Howe last year at a different Indie Book Fest, or independent author event, and she's just so sweet, and she gave me a copy of her book and she signed it, and she was just like one of the sweetest people I have ever met, and I have been so excited to read her book since last year when I met her, and there was like some communication issues, which is why I wasn't able to get it last year, but I finally got it this year and she signed it for me, and she's just so nice. So this is about a girl who moves away from her small town to a big city to escape kind of heartbreak, and she becomes a wedding planner, and she's kind of dealing with all of these antics of crazy brides and love life, and this can be easily skewed into the new adult kind of category. There's not a lot of sex from what I understand. It's not graphic or anything like that, but it's definitely a younger kind of women's fiction, so I'm really excited about this. If you guys are fans of contemporary romance, I think that you would really enjoy this. Also, all of the independent authors that I talk about in this video, I will link down below so that you can find their books, because indie authors need love too, and some of their books are just amazing. So if you're interested in any of these books, I will link them down below so you know where to get them. Grasping an Eternity by Karen Amanda Hooper is a book I'm really excited about as well. Our main character, her family dies tragically, and so she has to go and live with her grandmother, and the family that she's living with, she doesn't really know, and they don't know her, supposedly, and it's kind of like a really bad situation because it's awkward, and they don't really like her, so she thinks, but she soon finds out that there's like paranormal things going on, and that's really all I know about the book. I'm pretty sure it's a young adult paranormal fantasy type book, and I love this cover. I think she did an amazing job on the cover. It's a beautiful, beautiful book, so I'm really excited to get to this one. The Navigators by Dan Alator is a young adult novel about a group of student paleontologists. Yeah, student paleontologists, and they are digging in a mine, and they find this machine, and there's talks that it could be a time machine. There's a lot of different theories as to what this could be, and so it leads to a lot of powerful people wanting to get their hands on this machine. So the group of paleontologists go on the run trying to protect their discovery, and here it says on the back, it has consequences more severe than anyone could predict. So it sounds like it's very thrilling and exciting, and I'm not really sure what the genre is, but I'm really excited about this book. Dan Alator is actually a really nice guy. I did an interview with him a couple of days ago for his YouTube channel, all about BookTube and how independent authors can get reviews through BookTube. And if you're interested in looking at that video, I will link it down below. After the Curtain Falls by Ainsley Shea is a young adult novel about a boy who is in a freak show, and I'm not really sure exactly what his part to play is in this freak show, but he is worn down and exhausted from performing every single night, so he decides to take a break and go to high school for the very first time, where he meets a girl, and there are a whole bunch of things that start happening from there, and this looks really, really good. S.E. Smith was kind enough to give me a copy of all of her first books that she has from all of her series. Dust is about a boy who wakes up in a post-apocalyptic world after a comet hits Earth. River Run is about a girl whose two sisters get abducted, and it's not necessarily by humans. I think there's like an alien aspect there. And then Voyage of the Defiance is really, really interesting. S.E. Smith told me all about it. It's basically about a girl and a boy who go on this boat, and they document their trip, and it's for like a school project, but it means a lot more to them and to the rest of the world, because this trip ends up kind of going viral as they're documenting it and they're uploading it onto the internet, and I thought that was really, really cool. I believe all these are young adult, but I can't say for sure. I'm pretty sure that this one is. I'm not sure about this one, but don't hold me to it. Check out the links below to find out more. C.G. Powell gave me 3 of her short stories from her Veronica Benoit novel series. The first one is Misfortune, and then I also got Mistake and Temporal Tango, and this is really cool. The first book right here, which I believe is the first book in the series, talks about our main character who discovers that she comes from a long line of witches, and so, of course, witches and magic and all of that good stuff unsold. 15 Minutes by Joe Cooper is a young adult magical realism book, I would call it. It's basically about this rewind agency that gives people the ability to go back in time 15 minutes, but our main character somehow finds a way to go back in time 10 years to the day that her mother was mugged and shot, and she's able to take a bullet for her mother. And when she gets back to the present, she finds out that her entire life has changed, and it might not be exactly what she wanted or what she expected. The Pocket Watch is the first book in the Pocket Watch Chronicles by C.C. Gill Tennant. I'm sorry, names, I fail. But this is a Scottish historical fantasy, and it's really, really cool because this pocket watch gives people the ability to travel back in time. And I believe that this specific person goes back in time to, like, Outlander times is the best probably that I can explain it. It's very similar to Outlander as well from the way that the author was explaining it to me. Sounds very, very interesting. And there's also, I believe what it happens is that a person gives this pocket watch to somebody who they deem worthy enough to travel back in time and kind of change the events of their life or something like that, I believe. But either way, it sounds very Outlandish, sounds very amazing. There's multiple books in this series, a lot to dig yourself into and get really, really obsessed with this world and this magic, and I know I'm probably going to be doing that really soon. I got a bunch of other books from Indie Book Fest from amazing authors. I will link them all down below. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to explain every single book that I got from Indie Book Fest last weekend, but I did indeed have a blast, and thank you so much to all of the Indie Book Fest authors who gave me their books, and I will get to them to read and review very, very soon. Alright guys, that's it for my book haul. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm sorry that it's so very, very long. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Today I am here with Chloe from the Brunette Bibliophile. Yay! Alright, so we're doing the Guess the Book Cover tag game thing, Bomber? Yeah.